Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. It is September 10th. Lisa, Lydia, Scott here with you this morning. Another hot day on the way. We'll get to our forecast. Hot, humid, hazy.
All of it.
All of that. Lots to talk about with Lydia. We're live on Facebook every weekday morning. I'd like to remind you of that right around this same time. But it stays on your feed throughout the day, so you can watch it on Facebook whenever it works best for you, or listen to it as a podcast. And make it into a podcast, and you can find it at inform.com/podcast. Look for the Inform Minute or anywhere you find your podcasts.
All right, you kind of mentioned it. It's going to be another warm day, hot out there.
Forecasting 88 this afternoon, and this time we're adding humidity.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
All right.
dew points on the rise, getting into the 60s here over the next few hours. So I think peak heating today, 4 or 5 o'clock, will easily feel like 90 to about 92 degrees. Some
warm.
sunshine.
I feel bad for like football players or
Yeah.
soccer players who practices outside.
Outside,
In
construction
September.
workers,
Gotta hydrate.
everybody working outside. Yeah, take shade breaks. Big iron, of course, is going on, which they'll tell you about. So it's just a lot of metal, and then that ground out there gets hot. It just feels sweaty thinking about it. Just feels sweaty. Hopefully some big iron and some big shade for you out there today. The other thing to talk about is the haze moving in. So wildfire smoke is really impacting air quality out in western North Dakota already this morning. We're talking hazardous air quality for anybody with lungs. So not even just the sensitive groups, the asthma, the COPD, so on and so forth. That is rushing in our direction. So we'll see an increase in smoke slowly throughout the day. Air quality will likely drop off later. I'd say closer to about supper time we'll really notice that. So if it smells like a bonfire outside, it's wildfire smoke. So that's something to watch out for. If you're trying to do something outside, maybe sneak in a walk, exercise outside, go for a run, best to do so earlier, sooner than later. Finish watching this and then you can head out for your run. You have permission. Let's see, what else? We've got the smoke, we've got the heat, the humidity. There have been a few sprinkles with an increase in the cloud cover, but those are really fading away. So if you catch a raindrop, I guess here's your warning, but it's not likely. Tomorrow, temperature is very similar, but more humidity.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Dew
Even
point's
more.
close to 70 tomorrow. So when it comes to dew point world, 60 is about when you notice it. 70 is like the instant sweat air that you can wear, where you step outside and it feels like Florida.
Yeah.
That's a dew point near 70, and we're expecting dew points close to that 70-degree mark for tomorrow.
Goodness.
Yeah, heat indices, your feels like temperatures up into the 90s. Sometimes I get flack for why I talk about feels like temperatures, but it's important for how your body reacts to the heat. So when it's that humid and there's that much moisture in the atmosphere, it's harder for your body to sweat and therefore naturally cool yourself off. That process is just harder. And so that's why we talk about your feels like temperature, because that's what your body is actually feeling. So it's kind of what your mindset needs to be. So there's that little piece for you. Luckily, though, it's kind of a short bout of humidity. By Thursday, the wind turns around out of the northwest, blows in some drier air, humidity level drops. It's still going to be hot. Our temperatures will still be in the 80s, but it won't be as sticky.
Okay.
So, you know, you win some, you lose some. We've got a chance at a few thunder showers Friday night into Saturday. My confidence in that is kind of decreasing, to be honest. There's Francine down in the Gulf of Mexico. She's going to strengthen into a hurricane here sometime today and then make landfall tomorrow. As she continues to move on land, she's still a big low pressure system, which is actually going to rob us of moisture. So it's going to steal some of our moisture, and then we don't have as big of a rain chance then Friday into Saturday, which means I don't have a big pattern breaker to cool us down. So I'm going to keep us in the 80s Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, even into Tuesday. By about midweek next week, I'm hoping, wish casting, some 70s.
Okay.
So we'll see how that all plays out. But overall, just an extended period of heat and some humidity from time to time, too.
Yeah, above average for this time of year.
Yeah,
Are we-
average is 75.
Any record potential or not really?
Not really. Records, well, it varies day by day. I think tomorrow is like 94 is
Okay.
the record, and we're forecasting 86. It'll feel like 94. The record, I think Thursday is 100. I can't remember all the numbers off the top of my head. We're like close, but not enough where I'm thinking we're gonna set or break any records. About 10 to 15 degrees above average, though.
All right.
Yeah.
Definitely warm.
All right. That's all. Thanks.
Thank you, Lydia.
Thanks.
This morning, a now former NDSU football player remains in jail with his bond set at $50,000. Jaden Pickett is facing 4 felonies. Witnesses told police Pickett and another Bison football player actually got into an argument with a member of the NDSU track and field team. That's when those witnesses say Pickett pulled a handgun from his waistband and fired one shot at a nearby house. Luckily, no one was hit. NDSU has kicked Pickett off of the team.
The Minnesota Department of Natural Resources says they found zebra mussels in another lake, this time Toad Lake. That's in Becker County. It's about 20 miles east of Detroit Lakes. So here's a quick reminder for you. When you take your boat out of a lake, make sure to clean it off, drain out the water, throw away any unwanted bait you have into the trash. If you're moving a dock, a lift, or anything like that, a raft, you must dry it for 21 days before you put it into another body of water.
The Fargo Police Department has brought back its traffic safety team. It's an effort to crack down on dangerous driving here in the city. Officers will begin that heightened enforcement this week, patrolling high traffic areas of Fargo. The team of 6 officers is partially funded by a $750,000 grant from the Department of Justice.
All right, today, like Lydia mentioned, the Big Iron Farm Show kicks off in West Fargo. Apparently it's bigger than ever, so that's pretty cool.
Biggest Big Iron ever.
There's going to be 900 exhibitor booths set up at the Red River Valley Fairgrounds. Lots of other stuff going on as well. And for the first time, autonomous farming will be demonstrated. The show opens at 9 o'clock this morning.
Big day. Today is the day former President Donald Trump takes on Vice President Kamala Harris in their first presidential debate. It will be held in Philadelphia. The debate's going to be moderated by World News anchor David Muir and ABC News Live prime anchor Lindsay Davis. There will be a pre-debate special called Race for the White House. That's actually going to start at 7. The debate starts at 8, and you can watch all of it tonight on WDAY.
And today, WDAY has your game of the week as well for you. This time it's a boys soccer matchup between the Shanley Deacons and the Cheyenne Mustangs. You can watch that tonight at 7 on WDAY Plus. Just download the WDAY Plus app on your smart TV or your mobile device, and then you can watch live high school sports all season long.
I'm talking about sports. Hot Mike with Don Mizzo coming up 9 to 11 on WDAY Extra. NDSU will travel to the state of Tennessee for the first time this weekend. Meet East Tennessee State head coach Trey Lamb. Plus, the Dragons had a rough start in their opener. How will they bounce back against a league power? Hot Mike is on from 9 to 11 this morning.
And don't forget, for just 99 cents a month for your first 3 months, you can get an all-access pass to Inform.com. Just go to Inform.com/subscribe to get that deal.
Be sure to join us for our next newscast coming up at 11 this morning. And then we have you covered 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10. Remember, our 6 o'clock is now an hour long.
That's
so
right.
We're providing even more local news and weather for you with that new hour-long newscast at 6 o'clock.
And join us tomorrow morning for First News from 5 to 7 like always. So love to see you then.
Have a great day, everyone.